Chile gained its independence in around the year 1818. After independence, the progressive-minded leaders of the war were faced with many societal issues passed on by their former imperial rulers, the Spanish, one of those issues being slavery. Prohibition of slavery in Chile was enforced through the freedom of wombs laws enacted during the 1820s. The laws stated that children born to slave parents were inherently free. The laws were used as a technique for the gradual abolition of slavery. Chile was the second nation in the New World to enact legislation prohibiting slavery, the first one being Haiti. During the first half of the 19th century, the main indigenous group of Chile, the Mapuches, were largely treated well, socially. However, they were exploited for business interests, especially logging, by the constant relocation of their population centers towards the colder south. Also, Mapuches were used by the government to perform genocides on their southern indigenous neighbors in the name of national glory for the expansion of Chilean territory. This is especially true during the 1880s. Despite these exploitations, many Chileans considered the Mapuches as Chilean citizens, rather than subhuman beings. Chile's economy in its first decade of independence was marred by its war for independence. The war disrupted Chile's trade through pillaging of Chilean lands as well as leading Peru to close commerce with Chile. This proved devastating to Chile as Peru was Chile's only market for agricultural products. Chile never really recovers its trade with Peru, but instead moves on to trade with the United States, the United Kingdom, and France. Chile's economy in its next 30 years of independence experienced great growth and prosperity. This boom in trade was due in large part to its surge of international trade. This trade was marked by booms in trade in Chile's mining and wheat industries. The mining boom also led to expansion in Chile's banking, agriculture, and trade, due to the wealth which Chile's silver and copper reserves attracted. Chile's wheat market boomed due to the gold rushes experienced in California and Australia. Since colonial times, the Chilean culture has been a mix of Spanish colonial elements with indigenous, mostly Mapuche, culture. We'll begin with music. The national dance is the cueca, which first appeared in 1824. The importance of this dance can be seen in how the Pinochet regime used the dance in the 1970s and 1980s for political reasons to promote Chilean nationalism, pride, and conservative patriotic fervor. There's always been an importance of arts in Chile. Established in 1849 in the University of Chile, the Chilean Academy of Painting has helped foster fine painting and inspire young artists. Chile began molding many artists in the 18th century, pretty much right after they gained independence. From 1817 to 1823, Bernardo O'Higgins ruled Chile as Supreme Director. His attempt to devise a constitution in 1818 that would legitimize his government failed, as did his effort to generate stable funding for the new administration. O'Higgins' dictatorial behavior aroused resistance in the provinces. Amid mounting discontent, troops from the northern and southern provinces forced O'Higgins to resign. Civil unrest continued. From 1823 to 1831, politics were divided in four camps: supporters of O'Higgins, of Carrera, liberal Pipiolos, and conservative Pelucones. In 1830, the conservative era began. Although never president, Diego Portales dominated Chilean politics from the cabinet and behind the scenes from 1830 to 1837. He installed the autocratic republic, with centralized authority in the national government. Portales also achieved his objectives by wielding dictatorial powers, censoring the press, and manipulating elections. The Portalian state was institutionalized by the Chilean Constitution of 1833, one of the most durable charters ever devised in Latin America. The Portalian Constitution lasted until 1925.